And welcome back, everyone, to the Osu Catch World Cup 2024. We're still in the round of 16, late Sunday, so we're getting close to the end of the entire weekend. My name is Alskefe. I'm joined by Tove Daddy, and the both of us will guide you through Turkey versus the Netherlands. This is a loser bracket matchup, so we'll be saying goodbye to one of these two teams, which will be finishing in the 25th to 32nd placement. Either way, Tove, welcome on the stage. How are you doing today on this Sunday afternoon, I believe, for you?
I am good. I'm very excited for this match. Like you said, all the stakes are here. One of these two teams is going to be eliminated. I'm also very excited for the end of this weekend when we get to see the quarterfinals map pool and get to relish in the torture that whatever kind of torture the map pool is having in store for us for next weekend.
Exactly. I'm very curious about that as well. But we still have one more. Oh, there's actually two left. So there's Turkey, Netherlands, and also Peru versus Argentina on the other stream. Both of them happening at the same time, but we'll be looking at Turkey versus Netherlands. I'm always happy to cast the Netherlands because, well, they're my neighbors, so know quite a bit about them as well, and I can't wait to see their downfall. No, I'm just kidding, but either way, there's that little battle between us. Sargent from the Netherlands also casted Belgium, so there's a little bit of that. Well, either way, I'm getting distracted here. As we see first bans coming in. Nomad 3 banned by Turkey, so the Loyar Nomad taken away, and Mixmod 2 been banned by Netherlands, so the Loyar Mixmod getting taken away. Both maps being very awkward to play, so no surprises there. And we see the whole time getting picked immediately. Everything going very quickly here from both sides, which is a good thing to see. They seem quite prepared here.
Yeah, it looks like the teams know what they want to do, or at the very least, Netherlands knows what they're going to be picking for the rest of the match. Looking at that DT pool here, going for DT3, I think the hardest of the DT picks, it does hit that AR10, which can be challenging, especially for some of the lower seeded teams. So potentially a pick from the Netherlands looking to take advantage of, some of the players who may not be strong, may not have that AR10 ability or comfort.
Yeah, this one is very heavy on the streaming part. So it's also relatively dense. The AR does help a little bit with the density, but still, it's very heavy on the streams. Some very awkward streams left and right. It's a short one. I think the short map in the DT pool, so that also kind of counters that. But yeah, as you said, it does disallow the lower seeded teams from playing very, very well on it because of the AR as well. We're getting close to that mythical AR10. Well, we already break it even with this one, so yeah. Definitely a decent pick around from Netherlands, I think. Definitely expected. As both teams, by the way, only have 4 players, it seems like. We knew that the Netherlands was going to be missing 2, so that's Silo and Bats not being here. Bats not being here could be a troublemaker for them. This is their best player, top 30 in the world. Absolute goat in hidden and hard rock, but also in basically everything. On the Turkey side, there's also only 4 players, but it does seem that their main 4 are available here, so that is less worrisome on their end.
Yeah, so we got the good players from each team. Bad, like you said, might be a little bit of an awkward person to be missing for the Netherlands, but they still have very good backups that can take over with their veteran roast chicken. I expect to be pretty good at the DT pick. So all things considered, DT right out the gate might not be what I normally would have expected from the Netherlands, especially given the scores that we've seen throughout the last couple of rounds.
I would have expected Sargent in here, and instead of Woodpamp, Sargent more of their speed player. So a little bit interesting to see them stepping out here. As we get into the map really quickly here, Roasted Chicken finding a first drop, Shimo as well, Wanaruki as well, 3 drops on the bottom side already. But as I said, it gets going immediately, and the streams are really heavy, so seeing drops in the beginning isn't too unexpected as people are trying to settle into the very fast pace here. As we see Shimo struggling with same 3 players actually missing, so 2 full combos on Team Netherlands with Woodpap and Dutchman. Lorem Ipsum on the Turkey side countering that though.
Indeed, but the misses are consistently happening on the side of Turkey. Shimo and Haruki not really able to put themselves together. Lorem Ipsum actually dropping the final full combo for Turkey, and that's going to help give Netherlands quite a lead, even with the trade from Roasted Chicken and Dutchman there. So that's one more full combo gone, but Woodpamp holding the team together with the only full combo in the lobby right now is helping extend that lead as the Turkish team has trouble getting themselves together and keeping a combo consistent. But Woodpamp does drop that full combo. No full combos on the board, but a 260,000 point lead on a 1 minute 42-second map is quite difficult to come back from.
Exactly. Netherlands did lose a couple of points last week where they were ahead by a milestone as well, but never was about 300,000 points. So I think this should one should be relatively savory as Roasted Chicken and Dutchman has built up some very nice supporting combos again. As on the Turkey side, only Lorem Ipsum feeling comfortable on this double time 3. On the bottom side, 2 players kind of chain missing through the entire map here, and they're lagging a little bit behind in the score department here compared to all the other players in the lobby. While we see a couple of drops coming out from Team Netherlands as well. Dutchman the only one holding combo, but it doesn't really matter because Turkey just wasn't able to build up on those combos, and that's going to be it. 2.75 billion team score from Team Netherlands. This one is so quick. The double time 3 goes over so quickly. But,
yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Lorem Ipsum with a pretty good score on that on the side of Turkey as well. The other 2 players just not quite able to keep up with the other players of Netherlands. Dutchman, obviously, with that 1 miss, very impressive out of them. But that was the Netherlands' first pick. Turkey will have an opportunity to strike back. We did see a Mixed Mod 2 ban out from Netherlands, and Turkey did pretty much immediately pick into Mixed Mod 1. So I wouldn't be necessarily surprised to see that come out here.
Yeah, exactly. I think for most lower seeded teams, the mixed mod bracket is a gift from God, because it just provides you to distribute your skills. It sets over 3 separate mods, and it's just completely different than having 3 hardcore players, 3 normal players, and so on. So mixed mod 1 is probably the pick for Team Turkey here. I could also see them going hidden. The Netherlands is known to be a very shaky hidden roster, and when Bats is not there, which is their best hidden player, I mean, that does open up hidden pool. However, Netherlands not banning hidden is also kind of like a sign of confidence, though. But we do see the mixed mod 1 as you predicted here, which is the easier of the 2 mixed mods, AR9, so it's not too low for the hidden player. It's very comfortable for the normal player. The hardcore player is going to be having a lot of hyper dashes, but I think Lorem Ipsum is going to take that role, as he was already very good at the double threat 3 as well, so that would make very much sense in my opinion.
Yeah, I expect Turkey to have a pretty good team for this. The hidden player on their team might not be as strong, but I expect something similar to come out of the Netherlands, where they don't quite have the right hidden player in place. Like you said, with Bads missing, that might be kind of where the weakness starts showing up. And we do see Sarton coming in there.
It might be the hidden for Sarton, actually.
Yeah.
It is going to be the hidden. Okay, this is going to be spice for Team Netherlands, because, well, as we already mentioned, Bats not being here, Sarton making his comeback after 4-year hiatus, but I know he doesn't like the hidden mod, so I'm curious to see how he's going to be performing on this one. He's going to be taking on Shimo on the hidden, as Yasun also makes his appearance here in the lobby, taking on the Nomad, and then Lorem Ipsum on the Hardcore against Dutchman. So the 2 MVPs for both teams on double time 3, taking on Hardcore 3 here.
Actually having some issues with that opening pattern there, finding a couple of misses, so it's going to give the Netherlands an immediate lead, though. Really early on in the map, well before 200 combos, so it's going to be a little bit less impactful than misses will become once these players hit that 200 mark.
Exactly, the beginning section is a little weird, but that drop of Shimo there on the bottom left is going to be hurting. Traded by Sarton, though, so going to stabilize at 22,000 points for both hidden players for a little bit, as we kind of predicted. Another drop coming out from Sarton. As we see all other players holding on to comps, so Dutchman and Wolfgang Tool with the FCs for Team Netherlands, and Yasun on the Nomad for Team Turkey, and then of course Lorem Ipsum with this very high supporting combo as well.
Indeed, and that's actually a massive lead now. Sarton having trouble picking himself back up, but Shimo does trade one of the misses back. But Woodpamp actually finds a break as well, so Yasun and Lorem Ipsum's full combos are facing off only, well, not full combo from Lorem Ipsum, but close enough. Only facing off against the Hard Rock on Dutchman there, and this is about 100,000 points of lead now going into the second half. And if Sarton's not able to pick up the consistency here, this might be all she wrote there.
Yeah, exactly. It's 80,000 points the difference between Sarton and Shimo, so Shimo definitely being the difference maker in this one. The rest is kind of negligible, given how his Yasun is still holding on to the FC, but Wolfman's on a 1 miss. Sarton dropping, Dutchman dropping, lost full combo down for Team Netherlands, actually, and Lorem Ipsum and Yasun have very high combos. Drops come out from Shimo, but traded immediately by Sarton, and that's 170,000 points they're looking towards here. That's a huge difference for Team Turkey, and this mixed mod 1 is looking very, very bright for them, actually.
Yeah, these Wiggles not treating Sarton well still. Shimo not having the best time either. Yasun finally breaking the last full combo on the board, but Lorem Ipsum basically there. Just a few misses at the beginning and came back from that. But looks like Turkey will be able to take at least 1 point in this match against the Netherlands, as long as nothing catastrophic happens here at the end. But they're probably about 10 misses away, and they would need to start happening now, I think, for anything to change.
Yeah, exactly. Lorem Ipsum is beating Dutchman on the hard rock. Yasuo is beating Woodpam on the Nomad, and Shim was beating Sartan on the hidden. So it's a clear sweep from Team Turkey here in all mods, respectively. 180,000 points, and the Mixpod 1 was the pick to go. 1-1. And Turkey came out to fight today, actually. Yasuo with a 5 miss, Lorem Ipsum with that 1 miss. We count it as an FC, honestly, right? It's basically an FC.
It's the first pattern. I imagine they were just jump scared by the pattern.
Exactly.
Especially on AR10, with those openings, if you don't know exactly where the node is, it's very easy to miss those high space nodes.
Yeah, it's a weird pattern as well, because it changes in speed, so especially in the hard rock, you can definitely get caught off guard. As we see Netherlands going immediately for double time 1, very reasonable pick, right? We had the era 8.5 double time 3, which was very stream heavy. Now they're going towards the consistency era 8.6, so even a little bit faster. However, the map is easier, so Turkey should have a better time on this one. But I still like this pick very much.
Yeah, they had such a strong performance on DT3 that I think that this is a good pick. I could almost see them going for something like Hard Rock as well, but it looks like they kind of just want to take the advantage that they've already seen on those double time picks and move forward with that.
Yeah. I think Hard Rock as well, as you mentioned, could be very well. But Lorem Ipsum had a really good score in Hard Rock, so then again, the same thing goes for the hidden pool, right? Because we saw Sartan struggling on hidden. You might think that Turkey is very likely to be picking hidden next, but then the thing is you have to find 3 hidden players. Same goes for both teams, right? But as long as you don't have 3 hidden players on your own team, then it's kind of tricky to go for that mob pool. So I'm very curious to see what Turkey's going to be going after this. I'm kind of guessing the Nomad pool, actually, but we'll have to see.
I would also expect the Nomad pool, but you make a good point. Hidden seems to be one of the weaknesses that Netherlands has, though. Turkey, in their previous matches, has not shown to be super strong on the hidden either, so it's really about finding... I think Shimu can be a really good base for Turkey's hidden game, but they're going to need to find those 2 players who can match up against the other 2 players for the Netherlands. Yeah,
it might very well turn into a bloodbath if we do end up in the hidden pool. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I hope we do end up seeing it. But let's get into double time 1. So same roster on both sides, no one stepping out. So Sartan going to be also taking on the double time today. Woodpamp and Dutchman taking on Yasuo and Shimo and Lorem Ipsum. Expecting high scores from the top 2 players, so Dutchman and Lorem Ipsum. But also Sartan is a really, well, he used to be a very good double time player in his prime, you could say. And he's been building up towards that, so I expect a very good score from him as well. As we see an early drop from Yasuo, but that doesn't really matter because this one is 2 minutes 47 in linked. Unless the Netherlands triple FC, the early break doesn't matter. But those 2 breaks from Shimo and Yasuo do end up mattering a little bit more.
Yeah, those misses coming right around that 200 mark too, so those are going to have maximum impact on that score. And we're already seeing on a consistency map like this 57,000 points of advantage for the Netherlands as we start getting into the more difficult or the larger hypers and some of those 1/3 patterns that can be a little trickier, but everyone's sort of starting to come back. Yaswin now at the 200 combo, but Shimu finding another drop in the middle of that. Dutchman does trade it back, so it's going to help stem the bleeding a little bit for Turkey, but 80,000 points this early on in a consistency map is not really what you want to see if you're Turkey.
Exactly. We see some drop of misses coming out from Lorem Ipsum and Sartan. Woodpam, the only one holding on to the double S here. He had also a very good round, double time 3, so no surprises here. But that's about 70,000 points, decreasing just a little bit because Dutchman isn't above 200 combo, but it's still about a 2 miss deficit for Team Turkey here. I was a little bit worried about the early misses. Actually, as soon as I say that, the Dutchman finds another drop, and that's going to... Oh, actually, double miss coming out from Turkey as well on the bottom left, so that's going to give the advantage to Team Netherlands here. The combo and the score advantage is increasing, reaching that 100,000 points difference here. And Sartan and Woodpam, same with Lorem Ipsum, seem very, very comfortable on the double time 1, but that's 2 for Netherlands and only 1 for Team Turkey.
Yeah, Yasuin continuing to find breaks. Lorem Ipsum also does find the breaks, so no more full combos on the side of Turkey versus the 2 that we see for Netherlands, but Sartan trades the full combo break back. Woodpamp the last one in the lobby with the full combo and a double S to boot, holding Netherlands up to a 150,000 point lead now as we hit the last chorus.
Yeah, Dutchman has to rebuild his combos. Same with Shimu. Yasuo and Lorem Ipsum are building towards 200 as well. Dutchman ends up dropping though. That's the first miss for Team Netherlands that Team Turkey needs, but they traded twice. The triple miss actually complete team wipe. Woodpam also dropping, lost his seed down, but then they're starting holding on to combo, also dropping.
You are cursing everyone right now. This ending though, very hard. I understand why so many players are missing here. It does jump up in difficulty just a little bit, but that's going to be enough for the Netherlands to hold on and take their second point in the match.
Exactly. There's more consistency on their end. I think all three are getting above 900k, might be even getting above 930 or something, maybe even more. So it's a very, very solid team score coming out from Team Netherlands. 2.87 million barely. That's a very solid team score, and it's very hard to beat if you are Team Turkey here. But it was a Dutch pick, so we are going to go towards Turkey now. It's their move, but 2-1 scoreline for Team Netherlands. The ending there, I was a little bit scared in the beginning because I saw Shimo and Yasuo missing a couple of times, and the beginning is probably the easiest part of the map that they were going to be struggling, but they end up both with a score above 840,000 points, so still a very decent score from coming out from both of them. But if you're looking at a 950 from Sardian, 980 from Woodpamp, then it's very hard to overcome that.
Yeah, very impressive scores all around too, but DT just not seeming like Turkey's mod for the day. But mixed map pool is gone. Turkey can't go into the mixed map pool anymore. We still do have some Nomad picks. I could see a Nomad 1 coming out. I could also see Nomad 2. Though Nomad 2 a little bit on the more difficult side compared to the other Nomads. And we mentioned before, I could see Hidden coming out. I could see Hidden 2 being the pick here.
It might be.
But I think Nomad is going to be much more comfortable for Turkey, and I think they'd feel better picking something like Nomad 1.
Yeah, I think maybe they could go for the Nomad now. If it works out perfect, if it doesn't, then they can still try to hit the next pick. But I think if we're looking at like a map like Hidden 1, that's going to be an absolute bluff bath, because it's a really difficult map to play with Hidden. But they are going to go with the Nomad 2, so scratch what I was saying. Nomad 2 going to be picked. It's a little bit harder than Nomad 1, but it's also a little bit shorter. So they did lose on the consistency double time, then going for a short Nomad. I do like this coming out from Team Turkey.
Yeah, notably as well, I believe Turkey actually in qualifiers did better on the Nomad 2 than they did on the Nomad 1. So I can definitely see where they are going here, being a little bit more comfortable on the technical pick versus, maybe the consistency Nomad or the Convert.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very surprised. I'm not sure if this is going to be the roster for Team Netherlands, but if Dutchman is stepping out, am surprised, because I would have expected him in for every single map. Maybe not the Hidden, but I would have expected him from every single Nomad Hard and Old Time map, especially because he's a very solid Nomad player as well. So the fact that Roasted Chicken is going to be coming in here does say quite a bit, but it does worry me just a tiny bit.
But it looks like these might be our teams. Lorem Ipsum, Shimu, and Yaswin, same roster for them. Like you said, I cannot remember. Dutchman. Yeah, Dutchman swapping out, a little bit awkward, but I mean, Tech is one of those skill sets that I think a lot of players are very good at. So I'm not surprised to see potentially a player who's very good at Nomad be swapped out for someone else who, maybe feels more comfortable on technical things.
Yeah. Exactly. This map is 2 minutes in length, air 9.5, so we're increasing that AR slightly every single week. By grand finals, Nomad 1 and Nomad 2 will probably be air 10, but we're not there yet. This one does feature a lot of wiggle, so it's quite wiggle heavy. But it's still, it's slightly below 6 stars. Most of the players in the round of 16 should still be comfortable with it, but do expect some drops left and right, especially on the wiggle patterns. Those are quite profound to catch, pun intended, players off guard here in the OC Catch World Cup. Wiggles are our biggest enemy, or at least for most of us.
For most of us, happens. But here we go into Nomad 2, the second pick from Turkey, 4th overall in the match, out of a possible 11. Turkey looking to not give away the advantage or the momentum to Netherlands after 3 own picks in a row. No breakpoints yet, and Woodpamp with an unfortunate early drop. The Netherlands is going to let Turkey get a slight lead, though, as I said, before 200, not going to be as impactful. Sarton also finds a drop, so Turkey looking very good out the gate.
Exactly. Only Roasted Chicken left with a full combo on Team Netherlands. And scratch that, I did curse it as well. My apologies. Triple miss coming out from Team Netherlands. Actually only traded once, twice, triple time. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. Both teams complete wipe, but that's a 70,000 point score advantage for Team Turkey, right? So they do get favored in these full team wipes on both ends. As we see a couple of drops coming out from Woodpam, again from Roasted Chicken as well. No trades coming out from Team Turkey, and they have built up such a huge score buffer here in the first third of this Nomad 2. Only started with any combo on Team Netherlands.
Yeah, no one really able to hold themselves down on the Netherlands side, though Shimu does find a break right after Yaswin, so just the 2 combos, and Roasted Chicken joins Sartin at the 200 combo for the Netherlands, so they'll be able to start cutting into that lead just a little bit. We still have half of the map left, so there's lots of patterns still, and with how much we've seen drops coming out, that's a full team break from the Netherlands, and Lauren Ipsum now the only player with combo anywhere. Shimu trying to join them, but that's going to only help expand this lead to almost 200,000 now, as the only person able to keep combo is Lorem Ipsum. Sartin trying to join them, but it's going to be too little too late if Sartin's not able to have his teammates join him.
Yeah, it's 200,000 points. A very surprising turn of events. I did not expect Team Netherlands to struggle this much on this Nomad 2. Shimo is the second highest, actually Lorem Ipsum ends up dropping his combo. Shimo is getting close to that 200, so the score gap's going to decrease, but we're in the ending section of Nomad 2. That's Turkey going to be getting a second pick on the board here, and I don't think swapping out Dutchman was the greatest of ideas. But then again, he would need to have C the Nomad 2 for Team Netherlands to match Team Turkey's score. So very solid team performance coming out from Team Turkey. Lorem Ipsum once again the MVP, but Shimo with 880,000 as well, outperforming the entire Dutch team, and that's 2 apiece. And we turn into a best of 9. No, actually, never mind, a best of 7. My apologies. But yeah, surprising turn of events.
Just play until 6 points. You're not quite at the 7 range yet, but we'll be in there soon. But it is back to the Netherlands pick. They picked 2 DTs so far. They still got DT2 left, and they immediately go DT2. So they're cleaning out that DT pool here.
Yeah, the issue with that is, though, there's no more DT left after this, right? They have to go for something else. I think, well, it's quite clear it's going to be hard work. I'd expect, definitely after the Nomad 2, they're not going to go in Nomad, and I would expect, given Sartin's performance on the Mixed Mod 1 Hidden, and how he mentioned how he struggled on it, I don't think they're going for Hidden, so it's going to be hard work, but still, it's a completely different mob bracket, so Team Netherlands might be safe here with the double time 2, but after that, it does get a little bit tricky, so they have to watch out.
Definitely does get a little tricky. It's getting a little tricky for both teams as their comfort mods are starting to go away. Though, like you said, Netherlands does have that whole hard rock pool to work with. And if Turkey wants to dip into the well, they do have Hidden to kind of test themselves with. So we still have lots of available map for these players. It's just a matter of whether they're able to execute on the ones that they do go for.
Exactly, as we see here for the double time 2, Dutchman, Sartin, and Wupam going to be playing. I think they also played the double time 1 together. It was Roasted Chicken for double time 3, and same roster for Team Turkey. I think those are the main 3 for Team Turkey. Maybe, I think Haruki is the 4th one. He might come in for something like Hidden, so that we'll have to see in a later point here. This map is, it kind of depends. If you can read higher AR double time, this one is the hardest in my opinion because of the patterning. If you can't, then obviously the Air 8.6 and Air 8.5 are going to be your biggest struggle. But this one is very unconventional double time. Well, not necessarily double time, just mapping, as in it's very wiggle heavy, and you have to have a lot of platter control, and yeah, it's hard. Many top players missing on it as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we had something similar in the previous pool. The DT2 from there had a similar structure and required a lot of platter control and a lot of precision with your platter at different points. And we saw a lot of the very, very good teams going for DT2 first because of the difficulty with the precision there.
Yeah, exactly. As one, a rookie actually does end up coming in for the double time too, so well, he might come in for Hidden as well, but he does end up coming in for double time 2 as well. But this one is just such a completely different map to the other 2 double times we've seen. And we see a lot of drops coming out. Only Wupam holding onto an FC with one Haruki, but that's 1 apiece. But Sartin dropping, Lorem Ipsum dropping, Haruki dropping the FC as well. We haven't even reached 100 combo. There's only 1 full combo left on Wupam. He has been the strongest double time player on Team NL, and he's just doing the damage right now. 40,000 core difference here in the beginning section, all on the back of Wupam, with a nice supporting combo from Sartin as well.
Yeah, and I mean, on a map like this, 1 combo might be all you really need with how difficult it is to hold on to a combo. We see Haruki, the highest combo from Turkey, actually finding a drop there, as Wupam actually finds a break too, so no more full combos, but Sartin to back them up. 200 combo, the only player there now. Full lobby wipe there, all 6 players resetting combo there, and that's going to favor the Netherlands, who already have a 90,000 point lead.
Yeah, exactly. Team Turkey definitely struggling quite a lot here. But same for Team Netherlands, actually. Both teams just not able to hold on to any combo. Dutchman and Lord Mipson are the highest combo. Lord Mipson is down as well. Only Dutchman with anything above like 50 combo right now. But that's doing damage for Team Netherlands, right? They've built up a 100,000 score gap, even though they've been chain missing as well. But Team Turkey trying to build some combo on Shima, which is happening right now. But they end up a full team wipe. It's only Dutchman. It's only Dutchman in the entire lobby, but he's doing the damage here for Team Netherlands on the double time too.
Yeah, 594,000, highest score in the lobby by over 50,000 points. They're definitely keeping Netherlands with a very strong lead as we get to the last bit of this map. And it's, I mean, the Turkish side really needs to hold on, but it looks like, yeah, we see 2 breaks to trade the 1 from Sarton there, and that's not going to be enough to help Turkey in this situation. Shimu is doing a good job of building back up at 200. Both Woodpen and Dutchman now both at 200. It looks like the Netherlands will sweep the DT category here.
Yeah, exactly. We see a complete team up from the Netherlands, but I don't think that matters in the ending sections. The damage has been done, especially by Dutchman, but Woodpen and Sarton also in the beginning had their moments of glory. But overall, the team performance, none of the Turkish players could beat one of the Dutch players. So, clear team win. They sweep the entire double time bracket. Only 2 S ranks on Team NL as well, so no S ranks on Team Turkey. 3-2, Turkey to pick next. Yeah, I think, well, as you said, the comfort zone, we're running kind of out of the comfort picks here. Maybe the Nomad 1, maybe the Nomad 4, and otherwise, most likely the Hidden Pool. So yeah, we'll have to see where they have to take this one.
Nomad 1 is the expected next pick, followed by either maybe rolling the dice on a convert pick or moving into Hidden to just kind of scout it out.
Yeah, exactly. I like Hidden here. I think Hidden is a very good bet, but obviously I don't know their scores in practice, right? So they might know that Hidden isn't meant to be for them. But then again, if you can't pick from the Hidden Pool, you only have 2 picks left for Team Turkey until you have to go in that Hard Rock pool, which, given how double time went, might not be the safest of picks as well. So, bit of a rush situation here for Team Turkey.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
A Hard Rock is not the worst mod for Turkey as it is. Just so happens that Netherlands is so good at it compared to the other mods in the pool. So I would not necessarily expect them to go into Hard Rock as like a counter pick, but more so as a comfort pick. Because they might feel better about a Hard Rock map like a Hard Rock 3 where the circle size doesn't matter as much, it's just a high AR. But Convert comes out, Nomad 4. That's an interesting decision.
Yeah, I like this as well, because we talked about Bats a lot, and what we didn't mention is he's probably the best cover player in the world, or like at least top 5 cover players in the world, but he's not here right now. So they have to find someone to replace him, and those are big shoes to fill. Those are gigantic shoes to fill. I don't think that's even possible with any of the players that played in the entire World Cup even, so yeah, that might be a little bit exaggerated. But either way, Nomad 4 is, well, it could be a weakness for Team Netherlands, but I have no clue how experienced the Turkish players are on converts themselves. I think Lord Gibson is going to be pulling out a very decent score, but Shima 1 and Rookie, I'm not too certain if they can match up against a player like Dutchman, for example, who is, well, the top 50 player in the entire world. Should still feel relatively comfortable on a convert, even though he might not play converts very often.
And here we go. Lorne Ipsum, Shimu, 1 Haruki for Turkey, Dutchman, Sarton, Woodpamp on the Netherlands. And even without Bads, I'm not sure I expected this to be the loadout for the Netherlands. I'm a little surprised to not see Cello in. They did play the convert for...
He's on vacation. Cello's on vacation.
So they're missing Cello and Bads.
Yeah, they're missing both of them, yeah.
It makes a difference.
Right, Cello is also like the convert guy for Team Netherlands, so they're also missing that one. As we see a double trade coming out on the edge dash in the beginning for both teams, for the small events in Team Netherlands, just one missed the second time, I believe. But yeah, Cello is also not here, so there's the 2 best convert players for Team Netherlands not being here. This could be a very nice pick for Team Turkey.
Yeah, but Shimu is going to finish the last break for Turkey. No full combos left on that side. Dutchman, the only player remaining in the lobby with a full combo. Sarton and Woodpamp both trading a couple misses back as 1 Haruki actually hits the 200 combo, so is nullifying the full combo from Dutchman at the moment. And this lead is switching over to Turkey now as the consistency on the combo is holding on. All three players almost at 200 combo for Turkey now. But that's a 5-man wipe. Oh, actually, no, that's a full lobby wipe. 8,000 points is going to be the restart point now as Turkey holds onto a small lead, but Shimu having trouble getting into these streams, and it might just swap over to Netherlands here.
It's very close here. We're getting halfway. Multiple breaks coming out. Lorem Ipsum and Dutchman countering each other, but I think Shimu has a higher supporting combo, so smaller finds for Team Turkey, but Lorem Ipsum dropping. It's only Dutchman right now, and that's giving Netherlands a tiny lead here, but Wolfap's not able to hold the combo to start, and he's not able to either, so it's going to be countered again by the combo from Aruki and Shimu and Lorem Ipsum, right? They're building towards that 200 combo mark. They're going to be getting there first, and that's going to counter Dutchman and decrease that lead. Another miss coming up, starting over, but there we go. It switches again to Team Turkey.
Turkey almost at the full combo bonus. We got two players at 200. Dutchman the only one against the Turkish side here as that lead continues to increase to 40,000. Dutchman even misses, and that's going to be huge. 3 combos above 200 for Turkey in this last quarter. 0 for the Netherlands right now, and that might be enough to hold them through, but it's still only 80,000 points. You see 2 misses versus the 1 on Sartin. That's going to squeeze it a little bit as we hit the final few streams. Shimu holding back Netherlands for the time being. Haruki missing again, though. It might get close.
It's increasing. Oh, it's getting so close to 80,000 points here.
And these are the hardest patterns here.
Exactly. Starting is dropping rookie trading, so 2 for 2 right now, above 200. Getting to the very final sections. Yashima and Lorem Ipsum have to hold on, and they secure the point for Team Turkey. And the ending drops, and there we go, 20,000 points. But woo, this one was spicy. Dutchman with a phenomenal score, 948,000. I don't think many players have hit a 950 on the Nomad 4, so a very solid score from Dutchman, but Sartin and Wolfap struggling just a tiny bit more, and that's going to tie things up at 3 apiece, so we're down to a best of 5 here, and if we continue this trajectory, we might very well see the tiebreaker on the very final match of the weekend, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we won't get too far ahead of us.
Yeah.
We're in a best of 5.
Exactly.
We've got 4 maps to get through if we want that. But there's the picks remaining are maybe less comfortable. I expect Netherlands to win the Hard Rock. They are going to take a timeout though, so they're going to give themselves time, but they are going to take Hard Rock 1 as they pick.
Interesting strategy. I've never can't remember ever seeing a team picking the map and then picking the timeout as well, unless maybe one of their players has to do something real quick.
I imagine there's some nerves coming through for the Netherlands. Losing that convert pick certainly, I mean, being 3-3 is not the most comfortable position ever to be in. Even if you haven't lost any break points, being in a tie game can be stressful.
Yeah, exactly. Might also try to get some of the players used to the hard work again, to the AR-10 rather. The map itself is a absolute marathon. Longest pick in the entire pool, 4 minutes and 10 length, except for the tiebreaker, obviously. The map itself is relatively comfortable if you're able to read AR-10. So it's basically a consistency test of can you read AR-10 and can you keep your nerves.
There are a couple patterns, especially towards like the end chorus does get a little bit harder. It gets I think the last chorus especially is something that would benefit from practicing because of some of the spacing on some of those back and forths. So this could be a practice tester to a certain extent, but it's also a big it's big consistency and keeping your composure good, especially for when that difficulty spike starts hitting at the end.
Exactly, and this could also be a turning point in this match, right? If Netherlands win this one by quite a margin, they can safely assume that the harder bracket is okay for them. They can continue picking it. If Turkey wins this opens up a complete new dimension in the match, right? Because they break Netherlands and they know that they can pick the hardcore maps now. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And I think there are in fact some nerves on the Dutch team, right? You're missing 2 very nice players, and you are probably expecting to. Well, they were the clear favorites going into this matchup, and if you're then looking at the 3 apiece situation, there are some nerves going to be coming in, some pressure on your shoulders. And the question is, can Dutchman, Sartin, Wolfamp, and Roasted Chicken handle that, right? Because we also have to keep in mind this is an elimination match. The team that loses this one is out of the tournament. No quarterfinals to use. So a lot at stake here.
Yeah, a lot at stake. Netherlands could definitely feel more comfortable after this, or if Turkey's able to keep up with them, that could be big for Turkey feeling more comfortable going into some of the other picks in this pool. And I think, especially seeing Netherlands not really really try to avoid that hidden pool, I think, makes it more of a better, like, it makes it feel better if you're in the Turkish team.
Yeah, exactly. There's still 1 Nomad left and 2 Hardwoods left, so there's 4 picks in total. Oh wait, actually, so there's 3 Hardwoods and 1 Nomad, so there's 4 picks, so we don't necessarily have to see the hidden pool if those teams want to.
Yeah, if Turkey really feels uncomfortable, they can just go with Hard Rock after this, or after Nomad 1, I should say. But one way or another, I think if this is going to distance, I think the hidden pool has to be tapped.
It has to be. We have to see these 2 teams battle that one didn't. Yeah, exactly. Woodpap and Roast Chicken going to be coming in for Team Netherlands. We're starting sitting this one out. Dutchman, expected a lot of from Dutchman here. He is, well, their highest ranked player, as I've mentioned before. He's very comfortable in hardcore, so this map shouldn't bring him too many issues. But same goes for Lorem Ipsum. He is definitely Turkey's strongest player. So most is going to be happening on the bottom side, I assume, between Shimo Yasuo and Roast Chicken and Woodpap here on the hardcore.
Indeed, just waiting for the timeout to finish. Looks like the Dutch team is ready to go. Should be getting the ready up soon. And there's the start command. We'll get into the longest pick of the pool outside a tiebreaker here and see if the composure can hold up for both of these teams.
Exactly. No play. Actually, never mind. Shimo going to be taking the hidden with the hard work. For those that do not understand or do not know about catch scoring, hidden is only used for reading purposes, so it does not give any score bonuses. No mods do actually in Score V2, so no mods give a score bonus, but hidden doesn't either, just because of well, in standard it does, I believe. So then again, we're getting into the hardcore one here. Map by Bunray, the consistency test. The first time these 2 teams battle on the hard rock, so I'm very curious to see how these teams are going to be performing. Early drop came out from Yasuo, but as we mentioned, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so that one shouldn't matter too much.
Yeah, that was one of those cross-screen jumps that can benefit from a good amount of practice. Can be difficult to read on your first playthrough, or even if you're not ready for it in general, but that's an early enough miss that's not going to matter too much. No one else finding any misses as the build-up to 200 combo happens. But the accuracy, a little bit low for a few of these players. We do see 1 double S on the side of Dutchman, who's been catching the droplets well, but everyone else kind of backing off. And this lead is going over to Turkey with that miss from Woodpamp right before the 200. And now that's going to extend the lead until Woodpamp is able to bring it back. But Yasuo does trade it back as Woodpamp misses again. Lorem Ipsum missing now 2, so that's 2 combos to just 1. And that's going to favor Netherlands here.
Exactly, Lorem Ipsum dropping there is huge for Team Netherlands. Yasuo finding a couple of misses on, but Dutchman's creating that Lorem Ipsum miss just a little bit later. So Rosa Chick versus Shimo, and it's only 7,000 points. These teams are neck and neck after the first quarter. But then again, as the further we get into this map and the more combo you're building, the more nervous you're getting. And as we mentioned as well, the beginning is a little bit harder, so we might see some things happening there. But for now, actually, never mind. Rosa Chick can drop it straight into
both players with the full combos miss. And that's going to keep it relatively even. Dutchman a little bit behind the Turkish team on combos, so it's going to squeeze a little bit, but now that if they're above 200, this lead is sticking just around that 2,200 mark. It is as close as it can be, and Woodpamp finds another miss, and that'll help Turkey hold a lead.
Yeah, exactly. She was trading though, so they just keep it so close. They're telepathically communicating with each other, missing at the same time or close to the same time. Roasted Chicken building his combo. Or going to be dropped to switch back to Team Netherlands. I think he switched like 6 or 7 times at this point already. But we see the highest combo lobby from Dutchman. Yasuo missing no trade. Actually, no misclick from Team Netherlands. So it's going to be, I think, favoring Turkey as soon as Orbit gets back to the combo. Dutchman is cruising right now, though. So the highest combo lobby is keeping Netherlands kind of in this 27,000 points. Yasuo Shane missing here in the streaming section is giving Netherlands a little bit of a break. Same with Shimo as well. Double coming out from Team Turkey, no trades, and that's giving them the first substantial lead through this hard-to-one playthrough.
Yeah, just a little bit of breathing room, especially with this break, might look really nice for the Netherlands team here as they're all holding good combos. Lorem Ipsum, I believe, the only one on the Turkish side holding well as well. Turkey needs to be able to come back, but we've mentioned a couple times, this ending gets a little bit harder. I could definitely see some chain misses coming out from anyone. They're going to have to still hold combo because it's still only about 4 or 5 misses of difference. And that can absolutely happen as Roast Chicken gets the mistrade started and trades it with Yasmin though. So not going to be too impactful on the score.
Yeah, exactly. 2 above 200 for each team. Yasmin, Shane missing. but Dutchman is cruising 800 combo right now, definitely outperforming. Lorem Ipsum only 20,000 points behind in score, though I did not notice that initially. So both players on the top side performing very, very well for their teams, with Yasuon is not able to find any footing here. Shima also dropping no trades coming out from Whoopap or Roasted Chicken. Whoopap has built a very nice supporting combo as well. Dutchman approaching that 4-digit combo, and then this stuff gets nerfed as well. But they've built up at 160,000. 4 different trades happening, but that does not favor Team Turkey. It actually favors Team Netherlands, right? The more you trade, the better it is for the team that's in front. They're still building up that score lead here as we're approaching the ending section, the very slow ending section. And Dutchman with a 1,000 combo is going to be leading Team Netherlands towards a 4th point. It does kind of look like the hardcore bracket might very well be very safe for Team Netherlands here, right? So 190,000 points, probably getting close to 200k here. In score difference, that's still a substantial amount. Team Turkey was able to hold on in the beginning sections, but definitely in the ending sections, after the second half was proving a little bit too hard. Dutchman with a 2 missed 990k, very solid score coming out from him, but also Roasted Chicken getting with 900,000. Same with Lorem Ipsum, Shimu basically knocking at the door for 900k as well. So some very nice scores overall, but it does translate in a 4th point for Team Netherlands. In Turkey, they have Nomad 1, but then you're kind of wondering, we'll probably have to eventually get into that hidden bracket. We've touched it multiple times during the cast by now, but it does seem that they kind of have to at this point.
Yeah, I mean, 2 consistent maps in a row would be a little bit exhausting to a certain extent, especially after losing one of them. Though, notably, Nomad 1 a little bit on the easier end compared to Hard Rock 1. At least, you know, it's an easier approach rate to read for many players. It's not as small circles of position as necessary, but the patterns are a little harder. Got some of those streams that can cause some issues, so it really just depends. We did see some struggles with the windmills from the Netherlands side on Nomad 2, so some of those more awkward or difficult stream patterns in Nomad 1 could definitely be a point of attack that I could see.
Yeah, the issues as well here is that were Team Netherlands to break Team Turkey on this one, they are on match point with their own pick, and then they're still harder to an RK3 screaming towards them. So it's a difficult pick for Team Turkey here. They're probably discussing, are we going to go for that hidden or not? Are we going to risk it? And they are going to risk it. There we go. Hidden 3.
I like this pick a lot.
I like this a lot as well. This is great. Hidden 3 is the highest AR hidden from the pool, 9.2. Well, 9.2 is definitely not high AR, but it is the highest AR in the pool. But the map features a lot of wiggles, and wiggles are crucial here because Team Netherlands was struggling so much on the Nomad 2, which was filled with wiggles. This map is lower AR, hidden slapped on top of it, so this might be the pick. I think this is the pick for Team Turkey. I'm only a little bit scared about their hidden as well. If they're able to keep holding on to that hidden. Sheem was probably going to be the main play to look out for here. He did very well with the hidden on Mixcloud 1. Lorem Ipsum should also be able to comfortably play this, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I see Yasuo might be staying, and I would have maybe expected Haruki to come in for this, but I think both are effectively that, I think they could swap in for each other one way or another. It's about who's more comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to be that third player for Team Turkey. They just have to do their absolute best and hope for Lorem Ipsum and Shimu to carry them towards the 4-4. But this one is a very nice. And the thing is as well, if Turkey wins this, then you know that we're going to be seeing the hard rock map next and a hidden map after that as well. And then tiebreak is kind of written in the stars. But still, 4 maps left.
We still gotta hope. We still gotta watch Turkey and see if they're able to perform on this. Got started Roasted Chicken and Woodpamp, obviously some of the stronger hidden players on the Netherlands squad not available, so this might be a little awkward, but like you mentioned, Nomad 2 didn't look super great for the Netherlands, and this has a similar structure just added with that hidden mod.
Yeah, and also a tiny bit lower AR as well, so that's a deadly combination. I'm expecting a lot of misses on both teams, really.
And a triple miss from Netherlands right out of the gate. Only one miss traded back from Lorem Ipsum there in the intro. Yasuo does find one as well. One full combo left remaining after 100 combo, but it looks like the Netherlands was able to catch up a little bit. But with Pep and Sarton and Roasted Chicken, that's another team drop from the Netherlands, as Shimu, the only player to hold through to the 200 combo out the gate.
Yeah, it might be I was going to mention it's going to be the Shimu show here on the hidden, but we see a complete team wipe from Team Turkey, but same goes for Team Netherlands, right? No combos in the entire lobby. I think the highest one is on Shimu again with 70 here. Yasuo and Lawrence don't miss come out from Team Turkey, and that lead is going to be flipping towards Team Netherlands on the back of the combos from Woodpap with 140 and roasted chicken as well. So one turret left, and yeah, basically all to play for here on the hidden 3. Still a complete team wipe again from both sides. So 10,000 points. That's the only difference here right now.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's not about who's going to be able to play hidden better. It's about who's going to be able to miss at the right times, it seems. Because it's just, if players are able to hold on to some consistency for even just a little bit, even getting up to that 200, we see Shimu doing that. All 3 players on Netherlands dropping again. Shimu with the big combo there is the reason that Turkey's able to take the lead for now, but they're going to have to hold, or someone from the Netherlands is going to have to hold if they want to try to take this back.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Shimu show right now. He's the only combo in the lobby. He's gone as well, but he's also complete team wipe from Team Netherlands as well. But they have tiny combos higher right now. It's 18,000 points lost. Quarter of this map. The highest score right now on Norm Ipsum, but it's also gone. So get the Shimu. It's all Shimu for this one, but he's also gone. It's only 15,000 points. Roasted chicken right now, the highest combo in the lobby. Yasuo tried to build out, switching towards Netherlands, and if they steal this right at the end here on the back of Roasted Chicken's 200 combo, he's doing so much damage. There's only 100 combo, but he's gone as well.
There's a miss, and Shimu now has a combo, but it's being Sartin actually matching that combo, so it's helping Netherlands stay in the lead for the time being. Sartin misses right at the end, but that's going to be enough for the first breakpoint of the match off the back of the huge combo from Roasted Chicken. Though, look at that score from Shimu.
Heartbreaking though for Team Turkey here. Shimu with a really solid score, 9 misses, outperforming everyone in the entire lobby. They're not even close. It's not a photo finish. He's crossed the line 5 minutes ago basically, but still his team is not able to support him well enough here, and that's giving Netherlands match points. And this is the situation as well. Like, they're looking at Hard Rock. The fact that Hard Rock 1 wins relatively bad for Team Turkey. Their backs against the wall here. It's going to be not an easy feat to topple this mountain on the Hard Rock.
Indeed. I mean, I don't know what you do as Netherlands. I think Hard Rock 2 would be more comfortable for them. Hard Rock 3 has a similar structure with like the streams and a few wiggles that are a little awkward. So I think they might want to avoid that. But I think either one would be a solid pick for them.
Yeah, exactly. But they're going for the Hard Rock 3, so the Hard Rock 2 is very well, the opposite of dense. I can't think of the English word for some reason, but it's hard to play though. It's very unconventional. Hard to play. It's a little bit more unconventional. It's also quite techy. And the CS is also not too high, as you already mentioned, so that might prove it a little bit easier for Team Turkey as well. So they're not out of this just yet, but they need to find a break point against Team Netherlands here.
They absolutely do. They need to match that one break point that Netherlands now has and win their next pick, which, I mean, after seeing that hidden performance, I could see them going for hidden again, but they do still have no mod 1 available, so they have an opportunity to move into the right spot if they do manage to take this break point on a Hard Rock pick. And we saw early on in Hard Rock 1 that Turkey was more than capable of keeping up with the Netherlands. It was just the ending where the consistency started to fall apart, but this one's not as big of a consistency tester, and it's not as big of a precision tester with the higher CS or lower CS, I should say, than the other 2 Hard Rock things. So it feels more like a high approach rate no mod thing.
Yeah, and we see Wanaruki also stepping in over Yasuo, as we see Dormission mentioning that the Hard Rock player for Team Turkey didn't show up today, sadly. So it's also we kind of forgot about the fact that Turkey also has 2 players missing. So we kind of start thinking of what if scenarios if those 2 players were here. Maybe one of them could pull out a 600,000 or 650,000 score on the hidden, and it could have switched it towards the 4-4 scoreline. But we don't have to think about that now. Hard Rock 3, last pick for Team Netherlands. It's what's remaining between them and the round of 16, the quarterfinals rather. Team Turkey has to break Team Netherlands here, and we have Shimu, Wanaruki, and Lormitsu with an incredible task ahead of them, as we see a couple of drops early on those weird patterns. Complete team wipe from Team Netherlands, only Lormitsu holding on to any combo right now.
Yeah, all 3 full combos away from the Netherlands. I mean, we mentioned it before. that intro is extremely difficult to keep combo on consistently. So I expect players to start feeling a little more comfortable now that we're out of that intro, but we are seeing Haruki and Shimu and Wolfman and Roasted Chicken finding a drop. So it's just that the top row there, Dutchman and Lord Ibsum holding on to the high combos as the other players try to build them up. Roasted Chicken and Wolfman doing their best with the supporting combo. Haruki catching up as well. Shimu finding a few drops though, and that is enough for the Netherlands to hold on to a 50,000 point lead now, especially with that missing part.
Yeah, and all three of them are above 200 combo. They've settled into the heart of 3 here, and they seem very, very comfortable. Actually, a couple of drops as well. Again on the bomb. It's only lower mid from Team Turkey, but he needs more from his team. It's 120,000 points rather. As you see, Roasted Chicken dropping one of those combos, still, I think, well, it's a near full combo. Team Dutchman rather. Lorem Ipsu also dropping that very high combo. No combos on Team Turkey, but Dutchman also dropping it. So I keep cursing these players. I know what I'm doing today, but either way, at the end of the day, Woompap holding on to the highest combo. He is countering one Haruki and Shimu. Roasted also building up to 200 combo, but it is a 100,000 score that's for Team Turkey here.
Yeah, and then Turkey was holding on to a combo advantage for a little bit there, but Shimu did drop in Haruki, now dropping that high combo as well. So Lorem Ipsum left alone again. Woodpam and Dutchman both above 200 combos, so that's increasing the lead now as we get into these longer streams. Some of the Wiggles not catching people off guard as much as they were in Nomad 2. Shimu having a little bit of a break there, but almost 200,000 points now as the entire Netherlands team starts to build that consistency up all above 200, and that might just be all she wrote.
And sadly, it's turning out into a victory lap here for Team Netherlands on the hardcore 3, as they are Woodpap with a 900 combo, approaching 1,000 combo. Brilliant performance from him. That's dropping it though, but Dutchman and Roasted Chicken have him covered with 2 combos above 200 as well. A 2.73 million team score, 240,000 points ahead of Team Turkey, and they end up converting this one into the first match point into an complete victory for Team Netherlands. So a 6-3 scoreline, and they are continuing forward in the quarterfinals. But Team Turkey put up an enormous fight here. I think not many people expecting them to tie things up at 3 apiece. And if only that hidden 3 went just a tiny bit better, a lot of could have helped.
Just overall, very impressive performance, and we even saw Turkey holding their own on these 2 hard rock picks for a while. It was just didn't hold that consistency long enough to the end, and Netherlands had the ability to get those near 4-digit combos both times on the hard rock picks. But unfortunately, that does mean Turkey is eliminated with the victory for the Netherlands, and they will move on in the losers bracket to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, exactly. So your winners on the screen here. Turkey sadly being eliminated 25th, 32nd, but they ended up getting 3 map wins rather, I believe, in the CBC, which is still an incredible achievement for a team that is qualified 27th. We also keep in mind they qualified relatively low, so it's also always going to be a tough fight against harder opponents. But as we round things off here on the Osu live stream, we do have Peru still taking on Argentina on Osu Live 2, so I believe we might switch over to there, or rate them rather. Argentina has been on a match point for 3 maps in a row, so Peru's kind of getting a very solid comeback going, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in on Osu Live 1. My name is Elskefe. I was here with Tove. Tove, an absolute pleasure. My first cast with you. Hope we do a couple more, but we'll probably be rating Osu Live 2, so we'll catch you guys there, and then obviously come back for the map pool showcase for the quarterfinals, because I believe there's going to be a huge step up in difficulty. So either way, we'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.